Thursday traumatic displacement day. Yay. My car is so full of stuff, guys. My car is so full of stuff. Okay. So, hi. Oh. So, hey. They're not laughing at you. You're being protective of your stuff. Yes. Yes, I know. Those are the little sharp little teeth there.
Yeah, you gotta watch. Listen, we take Shirley from him. I have him like jump up and try to bite my thighs. I'm like,
he jumps up and tries to bite your thighs?
Yeah, because I freaking wedding cake. I love cake. I don't care what's going on in the world. If you bring a piece of cake out, I'm done.
He looks like he likes cake.
Yeah, he does. He's not to have it. You like cake? Yeah. Oh yeah.
Cute. No, it isn't. It's not good for kids either. Okay, let's see, guys. What best is? Who knows where my tripod is over? Okay. I give myself too much to do. Piles up on me. If I try to sleep, it doesn't work. I fall asleep. So I fall asleep, set my alarm, and then sleep right through it.
Sleep right through it?
I did. I went off at 4. Oh no.
I like her. You know why? I love you.
You like you're spunk. Oh, I see. I guess it would help if I was dead. Okay, there you go. Let's see here.
Yeah.
So, oh, where did she go? Do you want some pancakes and eggs? Okay. Yeah, I got these in the car. You got plates? I'll get some. Let's look. I'll just heat it up. Ah. Yeah. Oh, cool. That's what it is. If you just chop up everything you have in the fridge, throw it in the snacks, yeah.
Veggies and cheese and eggs.
Yeah.
You can put meat in.
It's got sausage. Yeah. And I didn't make it for you. Stuck in the car. Okay, look guys, I'm a human today. I am a human. Oh, okay. Plates. I forgot the plates. was feeding my dog. It takes you a while for all this time. It takes you a while to get some stuff.
Yeah, it is.
I had to stop. I had to shake them a little bit because so I got banana and I got strawberry and pickles. You want one of each?
No.
It's like really easy and they take it. This is like eggs and stuff.
That's right. You get it. Country. You want pancakes? I'll bring it.
Oh, sorry.
You better put it there. Wait some sort of cigarette. Diane can. I give her my bag of cigarettes.
I got one of my favorite parts.
Oh, I wasn't trying to. Thank you.
No, I'm just saying.
Yeah,
Let's see. We got six.
Yep.
It's been a work.
Yeah, I'll bring it.
All right, I'll make another. You're welcome very much. You're welcome very much. Good. All right. This is the new. Hi. Hi, Lily.
Lily, yes.
Oh, she's our new volunteer.
Yes, I know. I saw that you were going to bring her today, so I wanted to meet you.
Yes.
And Carol.
Carol. Nice
Carol
to
Funk.
meet you.
Yes. Awesome. Hey. Hey, John. Yeah, I know. I know. Set my alarm early and
Oh,
stuff.
no, it's not even that you're late. It's just that this was there was no residents even in the camp. They were all out by the time it started.
Oh, okay, good.
Just like a few.
Well, I saw what's going on over here. Down a couple blocks. There's a lot of people over there.
Yeah, and there's some people up towards 8 and there's people on Calumet.
But that wasn't in the boundary, was it?
Oh, no. I'm just
Yeah.
saying, there's people on the
Oh, okay. I thought you
Oh,
were saying
yeah.
like there's going to be another space to that.
Oh, I was just wondering because it's just like a block over, right?
Yeah, but that's not included in that area.
Okay. Not yet.
I think probably comes off up here.
Yeah.
Next week there's that 3-day one,
Yes.
just in time for the game. Well, and the meeting too.
The meeting. And one is going to be down here for the campers field. You know,
Yep.
We're going to focus there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Make the city look pretty. I don't know if that's what they're trying to do, but I mean, it's.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's what they do with the Olympics.
I wonder, like, if people will question all the questions. Like, there's so much in Denver. It's,
There's
like,
so
really
much.
ugly,
And so much
and
art.
it's really, like, you can't enjoy any public areas because of it.
Yes.
Do you know what me and Therese noticed yesterday when we were walking around telling people about the meeting? Is that outside that business, I don't know, where they had big boulders to like block, the business put in benches. They installed wooden benches for people to sit on. So a bunch of people were like chilling on the bench and like hanging out. I was like, okay, I wonder what business did this because it's their property.
It wasn't in the easement?
Sometimes the businesses are
It was on
okay,
their
but
property
it's-
with the benches?
Well, it was on the public side, but it's still, their responsibility. So
Yeah,
they-
right, their
they just-
responsibility.
They just put wooden benches in between the big giant concrete things that they put so people can't sleep there, which is nice of them, I guess.
Well, I mean,
Like you
the
sleep on
thing
it.
is, who is putting the rocks out? Because it's supposed to be the adjacent property owner. Sometimes it is,
Right.
But sometimes, like, I know the guys over at that Homeland Security warehouse, we asked them, did you guys put this fencing and boulders and stuff here? They said no. So then
Who is it?
So
Yeah.
then I think the city to some degree is also doing that.
Right.
When they don't really have
The budget, that's supposed to be in the budget.
Job.
Is that their job?
Say like we don't want these here, right? Like
I
it's the
don't
business,
know
right?
because
It's so
because
confusing.
here's the thing. So outside of St. John's Cathedral, they had that big encampment, and St. John's was trying to help the encampment. They got a dumpster, and they wanted to help the people there. And the city came in and swept everybody and made them put the fencing up and said that they were going to fix the sidewalks because St. John's Cathedral had been asking for the sidewalks to be fixed for a bunch of years, and it was never done. So they fenced it all off, and then they didn't fix the sidewalk.
Oh my gosh.
So the sidewalk is still the same.
Man.
The whole point of that was
I'm here for accidents and check my phone at time.
I know it's all good. I just got here too, but John said that it was already, everybody was pretty much gone.
Even when I got here at 6, it was already like pretty much done.
Yeah.
Well, I'll have a sandwich to go.
Yeah. I brought pancakes and eggs and sausage. So, I mean, like a frittata is what,
Right.
yeah. So, I guess I'll just take it down the block.
yeah.
Yep. Yep. So, yeah, not much to see here today, guys. So, but you did hear the story. And next week there's a 3-day sweep in a big area, and that the 3-day sweep is in just for the 3-day sweep for my viewers is located. Sorry, I mean everybody. Hi, Jim. Not much to see today. It was raining like crazy in Castle Rock.
Like making a custom Google map, just so we like have some idea of what it's going to look like.
Yeah.
Because right now I'm looking at that square being like 5 distinct camps in there, probably 4 or 5.
And that's the 3-day sweep you're talking about next week.
The unspecified nature of it really pisses me off.
Yeah, it's just it's a 3-day in this very wide area.
It's just the whole everything from the ballpark 4 blocks to Welton.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand why they're doing it, but like, I hate to think what the next week's going to look like.
Yeah.
It's just going to be like 2 blocks further out, like further down towards Colfax. They're probably going to, because Anna showed you that map of the entire obstruction. So in the week before the
Yes.
ball game, and a massive space of the city is all closed. Like you can't be there for any reason. You can't like they can basically tell anyone to move off of that space, and it's like a large part of the city that is completely shut off for camps. So I'm assuming that the rest of that.
to go to sit in or something.
I mean, like it's probably 3 square, like it's like 2 square miles. It's like a massive part of
Wow.
it's the entire downtown area.
They're pre-planning against that, right?
Yeah.
Right. Oh my gosh.
So I think the following sweep is probably going to be the rest of that huge chunk, like another 3-day sweep, being like,
I
yeah,
hope
everything
they
in
get
this
back. I hope
area.
they leave and go back. I really.
I do too. I mean, now in theory, but
Yeah.
It's just going to get a lot harsher because, I mean, my suspicion is they're going to have extra deployments so that if anyone tries, they'll be like, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
they'll enforce the camping ban.
Yeah, exactly.
Excuse me. Oh man.
Ray the fireman just showed up. This week's over. Good job, bud.
I know. It's his job.
Okay, everybody gets their
What do you get?
tanks out and stuff, you know. Don't show up till 8. We're good.
Okay.
Rockets here today. Did you?
You got a rocking chair? Oh, we're there. I had it on film. You brought a rocking chair. That's really nice. What is the little dog's name?
Range.
Range.
Hi, Range. You're so cute. You're so adorable.
Be careful around Range.
Mangy Range.
He's very protective of his stuff there. Don't get by his face.
He rolled over and I was running.
Oh, you did? Oh, good. It is like a cat. It is. I had this.
I know.
This cat. My son brought this cat home, and she would like hide under the furniture, and when you walked by, she'd jump out and grab your ankles. When little kids came by, she'd sit on top of the furniture, and then when they walked by, she'd go boom, boom, boom on their head with her claws, and she'd make them cry. I know, it was terrible. Then she'd come and sit on your lap, right?
Yeah.
And to be petted, but you could only pet her for so long, and then she'd turn around and bite you. She was a crazy cat.
I warmed up a lot to cats.
Yeah.
Then every now and again, I mean, kind of
Well, then I got pregnant, and I had all the baby stuff ready, and she thought it was all hers, right? You know, she took it over, and you'd be sleeping in the cradle, whatever, and then when the baby's born, I was so upset, and she pissed over everything. I'm like, you know, this is not working. I know it's gnarly, and I was like, you know what, this is not working. This is not working. And so I took her. Because my son had moved out and left her with me. I ended up taking her to the shelter because I had to protect my son. She was amazing.
I'm just gonna give them a friendly heads up version. What I'm gonna tell them. You guys are willing to talk to them.
We all have different views. I try to give my views because I like presenting comments. So if I ever am like that, that's because I don't want to be speaking on behalf of the department or the city, but it's not appropriate for me to. But I love to hear other ideas because I am in contact with a lot of folks. And good ideas are just that, good ideas.
Yeah.
Good ideas are not.
Right.
You know, there's still good
Keep
ideas.
throwing them at people at least.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
And right now, what Rob's doing is engaging. We haven't really talked to this person yet to see if they need storage. We'll put the storage around because the city provides the free storage for property. There's different rumors and stories about whether it's been successful or not.
Okay.
There are some that have said, my stuff is gone. And I went there 3 days later. I don't like hearing that. You talk to the folks that run it, they're like, dude, that can't happen. It's not right. But so some sort of disconnect had to have happened. Something. Somebody
Well, yeah, we've had a few stories like that of people not being able to recover their stuff or their bikes, and so I don't know if it's.
So we try to still at least let people know that's out there. It's a voluntary. It's not a forced situation. You have to now store this stuff.
Right.
The other thing is we let them know. We try to be as honest and correct with the folks inside the camps as to what the process is and what's going on today, what's coming. We try to do a lot of forewarning. That's really important to me because then on a stressful day, either one, they can prepare ahead of time and deal with whatever they need to ahead of like D-Day, so to speak. Right. You know, so it's less stressful for everybody. Or on that day, they at least knew things what's happening today. Yeah. What can we do to help you make it easier? And the folks that you're now working with help make that easier too. So, like for him, you need. He's making sure if you need storage, you need this. He's also letting him know that the area that was posted doesn't include where he's at, so that way he doesn't get in trouble for if he was thinking of removing there. Sorry, this is so. If you're just waiting and moving, cool. Take your time, do what you need to.
But you can't stay there.
Yeah. But again, be as open and honest and clear as possible.
So did you?
Area right now.
See the sign here. They get torn down sometimes, but they try to make sure that they enough stay. There's like probably 40 of them put out on the day they post. But it'll say basically it included Ellsworth, Lipan, and Rio Grande. So basically you have Lipan, Rio Grande, and it was some of the wording and it's sometimes a little different, but it usually says and adjacent to.
Okay.
Across the street. It doesn't mean adjacent to like 4 miles down. It means
You mean just on the street, right? How far is adjacent go?
Let's say in theory, if somebody were at Santa Fe now or Calumet, that would not be adjacent.
Now, advice I give folks is, if you're still inside of it, the same people that were complaining to us every day are going to think you didn't move, and they're going to call us immediately and demand something. If you're 4 or 5 blocks away, we can't endorse camping ever. It is not legal in the city of Denver. And if you're going to choose to do something to be outside, maybe move to another neighborhood that is far. You let them move for a little bit.
Right.
Give it
So this doesn't happen again.
calm down a little bit. It will happen again, but then maybe it's a while longer. Maybe it's, it is what, this is the process the city is doing. Our goal for our team is really get people engaged in services prior to this day. Really help them. Beal has helped out with that on many occasions too.
Well, most everybody here was gone already this morning, right? Everybody was gone this morning
I
already.
know. It was.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think only a handful of people, and I was a little bit late because of stuff I had to get done. I got here like, well, I know there was a lot more people here the other day.
Right.
So,
Right.
yeah. But hopefully they did that in a way that worked for them.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I hope it worked in a way for them. Worked in a way for them also. Yeah.
I don't know that it ever works.
I don't think so. So.
And are you guys at all of this?
somebody from the team is at
Yeah.
every large-scale cleanup that is scheduled. And then when we're not at those, what the team does is goes out and tries to engage one-on-one with folks in the slightly less stressful situation. It's always stressful to live outside anyway, but in the slightly less stressful situation of that, we're going to try to engage folks. We have people that ride with us, co-responders, both with Sun, with Mental Health Center Denver, then we have the department, we have the station, we have a clinician type person who specializes in housing. So we try to bring all that together. And the other day, they contacted somebody kind of in the ballpark area who was brand new on the street, so they got Matt in touch with him, and he was bringing an income. He just wasn't bringing a lot, and stuff happened in life.
Life happens.
Outside, and they got him engaged with Matt, and he's on the road to getting housing. So
The hot team is who responds to when there's like a phone call.
yeah, typically. We're not stuck on these.
Yeah,
This
well,
is a
no,
hot team.
I've had other officers respond and come out and say, like, this is not what I usually do. We usually send the hot team kind of thing. And so,
And the attempt is to have those that specialize in this and do it every day go out, because most of the time the team's going to know who they're responding to.
well, that, and I think you guys understand sort of like the parameters of the settlement and how that all affects, your processes.
Yeah, and our process is more time consuming than your average officer, because we have that freedom to spend an hour or something. Whereas the officer with 30, 40 calls holding, and their sergeant yelling and answering these calls for service.
Yeah,
says,
this guy that came
I
out,
got
he was
fixed
like,
now,
I don't do
and
this.
I got fixed now in 5 more minutes because there's 30 calls holding, and my sergeant yelling at me, so good luck. And it's not because they don't care, it's because they've got that other responsibility. Our responsibility is to those.
I'm going to catch up with
He's all good. No stories.
potentially, but it sounds like Anna and Joe may be able to.
Oh, Joe's, I didn't see Joe.
Yeah. And so
Yeah, Joe's here.
He's always here.
Yeah.
They have other females.
With his
so
truck.
there's 2 different collections of property. The female claims that she's got a camper, just a little bit of that, trying to encourage her to take advantage of the vehicles if she can, so that she's
You
not
both have
dragging it out
vehicles,
block
too.
just to then move it again. And then a young man, you think he might.
I didn't talk to him, so I don't know.
He was there listening to the whole conversation. We'll see how he wants to be done. I just want to make sure. You and I are on the same page.
Yeah.
I don't want his stuff to be involuntarily stored if he's got any plans. So yes, and they're here until they're not needed.
All right.
All right. Well, I think we're probably going. I mean,
Yeah, there's nothing.
There's nothing here.
We've already talked to the 2 people left, so.
Yeah.
But
That's
And
it.
then is like Doty and EHS staying until 8:30? Is that the deal?
no, if they're done, they go, and sometimes they have other assignments they have to
Well,
go
I didn't
to.
know if they were going to wait for this to move. I thought they had given it till 8:30.
They had, but I think we've engaged him, and we'll probably come back later to see if
If they're
they're
going.
able to move or if they still need help. And if they do, we'll call EHS back for storage.
Okay.
So, but yeah, we'll leave you guys a number for now. Sounds like things are good. So.
Sit on top of them, really.
Yeah.
That would be good. That would be
It's
good.
still kind of early too.
It is still
It
kind of
takes
early.
a little while.
It does take a little while, you know. It takes a little while to get up in the morning and get moving.
It's not a time for dinner.
I know. I got here and I was like, what?
I'm like, why are we even here?
I know.
Kind of nice because I get to
But we
talk.
don't plan on. We just go and try to support. So
I live in Castle Rock, so I got up a little late today, and then when I got here, I was like, oh wow, I
could have slept in.
well, I was
That's
thinking,
what I was thinking.
yeah, I was like, wow. Anyway, I got to be back down here in Denver
I'll
tonight
see you
anyway.
for a couple weeks.
Are you?
Darn it, I gotta go on vacation.
Darn it.
Oh, I know you guys are like rotating. Where are you going?
Yeah, just with family.
Yeah.
I've got family in Florida.
Oh, okay,
My
well
aunt
at least
lives down
that's
there.
nice.
Yeah. So we haven't seen her in a long time.
Yeah,
And we
I
get
have
to
a
stay
brother in
with her,
Miami, so I go out there as often.
She's
as
near
I can.
Clearwater, that side. So.
Yeah, I was just in Pensacola.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you're from Pensacola?
No, I just visited.
You just visited.
Boyfriend's like best friend lives there.
Yeah.
That's a fun area. I've been there in years. Since my kids were little, because obviously we do the Disney World stuff and all.
Yeah.
But we have not been there in a long time, so it'd be nice to go and get sun.
You gonna go to Disney World?
No, I don't think so.
No.
They're teenagers now. They like the scary fun rides, but
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
But
I know.
teenagers in college, yeah.
College is okay, but teenagers suck.
They do suck.
You know, they come around when they're like 25.
25, yeah, usually, yeah, mid-20s.
I got lucky. He's 20 now. He lives way northern Minnesota. Is the school he's going to. It's a small school up there. And we like the lake freeze. It's right on a lake. It freezes everything. Loves the cold.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, more power to you, buddy. You're working hard. You're doing good in school.
Yeah.
Have fun.
Yeah.
He's out visiting right now. And it's good to see him. But he's starting his own life. That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
That's good.
That's good. That's what they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Well, have a good one.
Yeah, but enjoy your vacation. We'll see when you get back.
Rob will be here and Toby's back
Yep.
on Monday. So it'll
Yeah.
be kind of normal crew. Okay. Bye.
Officer Conover.
You're going on vacation. I need a vacation.
You're going on vacation, right?
I need a vacation. I'm trying. I'm
On
trying.
vacation.
Well, the deal was I was going to go on vacation in Teresa, and then that wasn't possible. So now I'm like, well, let's try.
And now baseball's coming, and you're like, oh god, you gotta get out. Yeah, but you can't be here all the time. You can't do everything all the time. I know you do.
I want to. And I actually was like, I don't even want to stay in the U.S. I want to go out of the U.S. so my phone doesn't work. So people can't call me.
Yes. Yeah.
The best way to get away from her.
Get all the way out. Get all the way
I
out.
still want to
That's
take
right.
pictures and like
Yeah.
watch movies and stuff. but
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just don't want people to be able to reach me. Yeah.
Text me.
Yep. Well, I brought some pancakes, Lily.
I love pancakes.
Okay.
So this is the life that I remember yesterday. It was the famous lunch. When I was in the office, and we made pizza dinner. I was like, I forgot how we don't have to like
Yeah.
So you gonna help them out, Joe? Good.
I mean, I'm here and she needs a truck, so it's fortunate
Yes.
that I ended up.
Yeah, they're coming anyway. Yeah. Yeah, well, they were talking about, they want to put their stuff into forced storage. Forced storage.
Forced storage?
Yeah, that's what they were calling it.
Oh, that's the go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a voluntary thing, but it's called forced storage.
Right.
Okay. And then he was saying that there's some kind of disconnect because some people are claiming they can't get their stuff back. And he said, but I went out there and they said that can't happen. That can't happen. Well, I said, well, we've got plenty of stories of that happening.
Well, that's the rules, right? Oh, it has to be, these days, these times.
Yes.
Right? Like, yeah, well, if people don't make it there, then they're not able to get their stuff.
Hey, I got some food here.
Hey, I really like it. You ever want to come down and see what we do?
Oh, I love to. Maybe I should connect with them.
Yeah, I think you should. Just
So
invite
how
them up
long
to
is this
Monday.
apron?
It's
Must be like 6
6.5
weeks.
It's about 6.5 weeks.
And then how wide?
I think the A-frame comes down to about 2.5.
Pretty tight.
It's tight, but
Dennis
it's
wants
enough- it's
something like
enough
that.
for
It's like a
people to lay
coffin.
in.
He wants to sleep. He wants that. I said, that's like a coffin.
They're
He said,
super
no.
durable though. Like they can get rained on, they can get snowed on, they stay pretty warm,
He
like
likes
it's well
to be in
insulated.
the pool like that. So I'm going to make him one this weekend. And maybe I'll do an A-frame. Because I have a really nice frame that I picked up last night.
Yeah.
Some really good wood. That
Oh, nice.
Oh my gosh. I was trying to put it all. It took me like 3 hours. I had to take one apart to put it in. It's so big.
Yeah.
And the small one stuck out like 2 feet. I had to drive around with it.
But she's gonna use that. Are you still gonna use that dolly?
I don't know what I'm going to do with that. No, I think I'm going to, for Dennis, I think I'm going to use this one platform I just got.
Oh, okay.
I'm make an A-frame. Like I just,
Yeah, that's awesome.
it'll get stuck.
It'll probably get stolen. Somebody will end up with it.
It's a circular.
Right.
It's a circular kind of thing.
I gotta show him over there what my Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I would have.
I'll reach back out to them and just be like, hey, come up to me on Monday and like bring one and have that as a model and like maybe teach the cart building team.
Oh, of course.
Because they use those plastic things as
Here, take a couple. There's strawberry too.
like they're longer. And they bind to, they like cut them. And it's not the same like big circular humps. It's almost like a grocery plastic thing. Except it's taller. And they have tons of them. Like I was watching a video of them making. Follow them on Instagram or something and see. It's just like it's bikeshelters.org is their website. Yeah, bike shelters on Instagram. Yeah, it seems like a really simple design and they crank them out.
No, in a minute, yeah. Where's the lady
If
at?
that guy was just like, yeah, I'll bring you a bunch of supplies on a Monday. Like, he might bring you enough stuff. Cool.
Yeah, right over there.
Yeah, pretty good. Good one.
Doesn't matter. Everybody's hearing it. Behind Excel, been there for 2 months.
Ah, nice.
But that property is soon enough. So I mean, I don't know. Maybe they won't. It's federal property. Who wants to pay feds for this? I mean, like Denver can't. Denver can't do it.
I don't know. I saw them have state trooper moving.
Denver out loud. Right? Okay, so just go to I can go in there and they will literally tell me. Thank you. That's cool. Do I go to the motherfucker?
I'm Lily.
I'm trying to say I'm Rachel. They used to be here. Like literally, they are acting like
I don't even know.
you like it.
I won it in a raffle.
100%. And it's that store.
I think it's like a
And there's people that were store that got there.
It says something.
Was doing
No, I
like
think it says it.
cell phone promotion or whatever.
You know how
And the
graffiti
guy
is.
did that.
Oh, it's
and he really came out after it. I didn't mean to. That was ridiculous. I don't even know what he did wrong. And I guess that guy just treated me like crap. And they will not let me in there at all. And I have done nothing wrong. They say like, I use my UET card money, right? I said I'm gonna do half.
Yeah, I rolled out of bed.
Oh, you always mess everything up. Oh, no, so you know, I don't want to ruin it. Like literally, just screaming at me, calling me, you know, in the middle of the night. This is a weird, I mean, it was the manager slash owner. I'm the owner. You can't do that if you're owning a franchise. And so I'm going to allow them to tell the public that you're franchising, treating us like this so that people don't go to the store anymore. And as soon as they hear that, they're not going to want to do that. I'm going to play that part. I just need an attorney behind me. I need an attorney behind me. I want to get an attorney behind me. Go in there and say, hey, look.
I know.
This is every single one of us that go in there that they've kicked out. They told us we could not get water or ice or something. The easiest way to make ice is they're a store. What do you do? Throw it on.
Yep. Pour the batteries in.
I got this actually. No, you're right. I got this on.
I've never done.
Yeah, I know.
I got them at Price Day, or the place Price Day.
Oh, yeah.
By Price Body. They give you on money.
So, you know, burn them or they get weird.
You have nicer shoes on that. I know, right? Well, I'm very resourceful. People are like, you have to.
I wonder if we're going to be my
But they all take it from me. That's the thing about it. If we have nice stuff, people take it from me. It comes with the territory. I don't get really mad anymore. I'm like, hey, you ask me, I have an I'm really trying to do. I'm just waiting for
She wants a cigarette. She does. She
I
wants.
say I'm 39. I started smoking 6 years ago.
That's fine. I got time. So as soon as you're ready, we'll
And Lily said that she's got a vehicle too. Are you gonna need more than one or just one?
This is definitely more than one trip. Depends on.
I think we can get it in nicely.
Well, actually, if she uses her vehicle, maybe you could make it one trip.
Yeah.
We can walk.
Lily, I'll tell her. Betty. Oh, hi, Betty. Good morning, sweetheart. How are you today?
I hate cameras, but I'm like, huh?
Honey, I was talking on camera. So they said it's probably going to be more than one trip with one vehicle. But if you want to use, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. All right. That's awesome.
They have the called rib, like green rib, like and it's like a black looking like almost
Hey, Betty.
That's gonna end up in my.
no, it's just like black car.
He's really chunky too, isn't he?
Yeah. He doesn't need another pancake.
He doesn't need another
But
pancake.
does he deserve another pancake? Maybe.
Maybe. Huh.
Yeah, they can get to my place. My place is in the back. You know, behind the
Behind that warehouse with the tracks.
no, well, not in the warehouse, but like right behind. Like literally, if you went straight down the street and kept going through the yard, I've done right on the other side of the yard. Yeah, if you go fourth, you can honk. Like, we'll come up. I'll come to the mouth of the trail. I have like you do that.
Retail City.
There isn't any now here.
The Bobcat's gone. Yard sales gone. Bobcat trucks. They're doing something.
Oh. I was suspicious.
I just wanted to where they work, so I didn't survey. So
Down this way. Over a block? Was it a block this way?
the posting went all the way to 3rd, so I'm thinking there's something between here and 3rd
Oh.
that they're doing that no one's watching.
Okay. Come back and report. Yeah, it is too quiet. This is us.
When they take the Bobcat, not the truck.
Yeah, something's suspicious.
That's not good.
Yeah, that's a little suspicious. Well, she got her cigarette, so it's good. Uh-huh. Is that this is
I
a,
know, I've seen vehicles before, and I'm like, I mean, my car can fit like a fair amount, but just not anything tall, which is the problem.
Right.
Because, yeah, it has like enough space, but if you're putting anything like in a car or anything, that's a no-go.
so.
This car,
My neighbor's together.
She saw the message in time. I
yeah.
did not.
I have like a two-ish, like, yeah, that I actually know people at, so that feels better. I'm like, honestly, it's a waste of my time at this point to apply for jobs where I don't know people, because, like, no one so that's all.
I watched a video last night on YouTube about somebody that worked at the Colorado Renaissance Festival.
Oh.
And she was just relaying her experience.
that right going on right now?
I think it was in like 2000.
What's that?
I think maybe 2010. I don't know. But anyway, she
I
said
lived
she
down
was
in
young.
Monument
She
for a while. And that was cool.
That's all right.
It's pretty down there. Yeah, it's awesome.
We're continuing that, man. Yeah. They'll be fine.
Yeah. But anyway, she was 18 and she had decided that she wasn't going to drink until she was 21, right? She had made that conviction. And the atmosphere at the Renaissance Festival is a lot of alcohol and sex and you know,
Right.
it was all
I had no idea.
Well, she said she didn't know. She always went when she was a kid, or her parents would drop her off and leave her. And then after she worked there and stayed there
different when you're in
for
your
the
late
whole
teens,
season,
yeah.
but she realized what the actual atmosphere behind the scenes was of the Renaissance Festival, and it was it was a Reddy's and the campground in Larkspur, everything. And she'd talk about how it was just, people were camping there, and they would go back into the town, into the fair, because have you ever been there?
Yeah.
Yeah, and all the buildings.
Not to the campgrounds, but to the fair.
To the fair.
Right.
And you know how the buildings are there, right? So some of the vendors that come into town, they'll stay in their shops, right?
Okay.
Overnight.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you walk there at night after it's all closed, it's kind of like really being in a Renaissance town, because there's lights in the windows and, there's a few people everywhere. And it's kind of strange. But then they have parties that come back in, and they have these great parties, and they change their costumes, and you get there in red costumes all day, and then they come back in different costumes at night.
Are you working there or something?
Yep.
Oh, that's good.
Good.
So you're kind of close to it, right?
Yeah. That's right. It's close. Yeah.
They finally get I-25 done construction-wise, or are they still working on it?
I don't know. I haven't been that way.
Yeah.
Right before
Yeah,
Castle Rock?
right, or up between Castle Rock and Larkspur.
Yeah.
Well, actually, between Castle Rock and Monument.
I know.
I was going to Colorado Springs a couple times a week in 2019 when I was working for my friends who have a hemp lab down there.
Uh-huh.
And it was just, it was heavy at that time. But I only went down there like once last year, and they were still working on it. So I was hoping that during the pandemic, like they got extra construction stuff done. But we might go back in and visit them.
I already bought clothes because I'm going to work in a clothing store in uniform clothing.
Yeah.
And they will they said that they would lend me clothes, and then but I wanted I'm waiting for the boots to come. I got boots that come up to here.
Oh, nice.
And I got all these skirts and shirts, a bustier, whatever. Yeah. There should be more. Right. I'm just kidding. But so it's gonna be. We have a trash can.
Yeah, it's on here.
It's on the van. Yeah. What kind of jobs are you looking for? So people will hire you.
I used to work, I have like my master's in public health, and I do like community and behavioral health and but I used to work in disability services, and I've been like offered a few jobs in that, but I really didn't like it. It's just like really intense. And so, ideally I would like to work in like the government side of public health, but I don't have experience in that. So, but I have a friend, she works at like it's like a mental health tech startup. Sondermine.
Oh, Sondermine.
Apply there, hopefully.
Huh.
And see where that goes. But Lexi was telling me they're hiring, so we'll see how she works too, maybe. But yeah, well, I like that she has like flexibility. I'm like, oh, I see you like during your workday
Right.
and things. I'm like, that is what I would like.
Yeah,
So, yeah, but
Yeah.
I think that I would like something where I don't have like a direct. I don't really want to work like directly with people, and that like really.
Yeah, you want some.
Yeah, that like really turned me out. My last job was just like being in a. I was at like a date program for people with autism,
Right.
and I like was the coordinator for it, and it's just like it's a lot.
Yeah, that would be a lot.
It's a lot of trouble. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Yeah,
So when you look at like the state website, like even like the level 1 stuff, they want more than you've done.
well, so I've applied for some, and I think that like I applied for a lot of like very entry level things that said PhD, and I didn't even get like I was really surprised that I did not like make it past any like the first like I didn't even get interviews. Not to say that I'm like a phenomenal candidate or anything, but
Right.
like I have
Background experience.
yeah. So I just have like the education, so which is like whatever, but like it's annoying that I did that. This is a nightmare for them to be like, oh, actually, we really don't care. So, yeah.
That's so sweet.
Yeah, I'm like sick. Like, good to know. Yeah. But, and then I go,
Did you have some advice on like how to like your resume and your cover letter for that stuff? Just like, so I have a friend who does HR for the state,
oh, really?
and maybe not at the level where like he could like help you bypass the filters, but he said for the state stuff, like copy the job description and maximize keyword repetition.
Okay.
Like completely redo your thing for keywords, as many as possible.
Okay.
It's really that simple. So the next time you take a stab at an entry thing
I
over there
will,
where you're
yeah.
like fairly qualified, like go that extra step.
Okay.
Same thing with the cover letter. Like, pick like their top 5.
If any of you guys need bike stuff, like any bike letters, let me
I
know.
will, yeah. That's good to know. That's helpful. Thank you.
Helpful idea.
That's. I feel like at this point when I write cover letters, my eyes are closed.
They're the worst.
Oh, it's such a nightmare. I'm like, do you even care about this? Like, let me tell you how thrilled I am to apply for this position.
So that's a really good clue. So you that you really care about this. If you're going to include all these keywords in there, then yes, that's supposedly they do,
Right.
right?
Collaborating, things like that.
My mother worked for the EPA. She was a executive secretary. She worked for the EPA. When did she start? I think it was every day. Yeah, I mean, she's been working for a long time. Was it Reagan? I don't know. I thought it was Reagan. This is
I'm kicking myself though because like the track I studied in public health is like I didn't study epidemiology. If I got my degree in epidemiology, I could have like a million jobs in the
Right.
past 2 years. So I'm doing like very, very well employed. But I was like, who would have known that we would have had a huge pandemic when I was 22? I didn't know that.
No,
So,
you did that.
joke's on me.
No, it would have been a lot. She was 91 when she passed just recently.
They don't wait. Huh? Yeah, I know how it is. She's not gonna go there.
So Lily, what will you be doing for people? Are we the kind of volunteers you're going to be coordinating, or also like for other kind of actions, like getting people to some council meetings, for example, that kind of stuff? Okay.
And bringing in unhoused people to give them capacity. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
especially for them into like going before city council, like going to meetings, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
It's kind of like create your own job position.
Okay.
You guys already exist. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm like
You're good for
guys. But I,
Right.
yeah.
Make a new one.
But like, and yeah, bringing other people in that have certain skill sets, whatever. Just
Getting-
making sure you guys already communicate and
Right.
stuff. So.
Well, that's why I was curious. Like I was
Right.
kind of thinking it might be another like getting more people aware of this, or also mobilizing people to the council with the whole message. Other big-
Recruiting people, definitely, so that more people show up, especially now that like the kind of like big influx of people who show up to stuff is kind of dying down again because people can do more stuff again. I feel like when everybody was walking around the house, they were like, "What can I do?"
Yeah.
And everyone's like, "Oh, I
Yeah.
can go on vacation and I go to a restaurant." So bringing back in people that just don't know like where to go, how to show up. All
Right.
that. So
And
really, I
also,
want
like,
to like
neighborhood
be in
meetings is a big
really
thing, too.
good
Like-
communication with you guys because you're already doing it.
Right.
So learning from all y'all is going to be step one. I don't want to come in with a bunch of stuff that I'm going to do. You guys are like, yeah, we do that.
Hey, I agree.
Waste people's time.
Right.
So
No, like the crisis response. Oh, I mean, this is necessary, but it doesn't advance policy anywhere.
yes.
And it's like going to council and going to like the registered neighborhood organization meetings is also a giant deal to
It
get
is a giant deal. So
get
that-
neighbors to release their prejudices. That's huge.
Oh yeah. You should have been.
Just massage them into relaxation. Like it's okay.
You should have been
it'll be
there
fine.
Tuesday.
Safe outdoor spaces are good.
I'm sure Anna told you all about Tuesday. Yeah.
And how she talks people off the ledge, and by the end of it, they were like, "Oh."
Yeah.
actually
The
not
one,
being
the
very
one, the one guy that got me was the one that was the letter writer. He was the one that was writing those letters, right, and posting them. And he had a pride flag hanging on his front porch. Yep. And he came over there and he told me his exact words: "These people don't act like humans, so I'm not going to treat them like humans." This is coming from a guy with a pride flag on his porch.
Those are the
A
people
few
that
years
give me the
ago,
biggest
people were not
problem.
treating him as a human.
Exactly.
Right.
I live in Park Hill, Clayton neighborhood, so the SOS site is there now, and I'm in a bunch of Facebook groups because I'm nosy, like neighborhood Facebook groups. Oh, my favorite things because I just get to creep and be like, okay, what's the vibe? What's the vibe? And it's fighting all the time. It's people who are like, I don't want this, and if you would have told me 6 months ago, maybe I would have. And then other people being like, you still wouldn't have, even if we told you 6 months ago. Like,
Yeah.
do you have to tell people when you like do things on your property? No? Okay, then like why?
Yeah.
But it's a big stink in the neighborhood, so
Yeah.
and then there's Park Hill Golf Course, which is also a big area of contention.
Okay, so I just see something on the actual news. I don't know where it's coming from, but, if it's Google News or whatever, but it was talking about the. I know I meant to read that article when I got home, but it was talking about the golf course. So what is going on with the golf
They're
course?
still not sure.
Is it going to be put on the ballot? Like, what?
Yes,
it was
which is a problem
That's
that everyone in my neighborhood is talking about. Of like, this is our neighborhood.
Right. Why do I, like, not neighbor need to vote on what happens in Park Hill? Like,
Right.
it's not.
Which would be good if I assumed that like the majority of people were like, yes, turn this into affordable housing. But most people, a lot of people wanted to stay at golf course. Some people wanted it to be like full open space, like another park.
Yeah.
It was, well, as I
It's
understand
so
it, it was
much
already
room.
taxpayer purchased for open space, but there's this attempt to sell it to a private developer.
Yes.
Will definitely not keep it open space,
Right.
and will definitely not make affordable housing.
Yeah, it's the same thing that's going on by the
But it's
city.
like it's not yours to give to the developer because it's already taxpayer purchased. What the shit? That's such a. I mean, that is a sneaky giveaway if it's done that way.
So yeah, they're having community meetings, but I haven't really seen COVID obviously stopped a lot of that. But I know that they'll be soon. So
Okay, so something to watch.
it is definitely something to watch.
So now I was watching some videos.
You know Tony Pickford?
Tony Pickford, you know him? He ran for city council at large. He's worked that group that's trying to stop it.
Oh.
Yeah. I didn't know.
CityCast.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's
CityCast Denver.
it's a daily Denver news podcast.
I couldn't find it.
What's streaming?
Invisible Bobcat.
The only other place it would be is on LivePad at some point, but I don't think they cancel
They've done
it.
several episodes.
Well, this is live pan.
Updates. That's the only time I know.
So CityCast podcast Denver. CityCast.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's people there that would be sleep on
You don't know where it is? They don't know where the Bobcat is. Wow. Did you see it? I also was watching something about at the Alamo. So there's this guy down there and he was trying to dance, you know, and so they came out and talked to him. And they told him that the Alamo was privately owned now, which is not true. So they were told him that they have a designated free speech area at the Alamo. You have to go to the designated free speech area to do any protesting or dancing. Because the cop was saying, your dancing is a form of protest. It was crazy.
It's like the old saying goes, dance like Big Brother is watching.
Yes. But what is that? A designated free speech area?
Well, we see, I mean, that's got a rich history by now. Like, it's first
That's what the Alamo
conventions
was
in
all
08, right?
Yeah.
Here in Minneapolis.
Yeah.
Free speech zones. Right. And on the other side of the fence, cops get to beat you
Yes.
because you're too much of a threat to...
Yes. And you're not in your
Government.
free speech zone.
Right.
I was just like, that's crazy. And the fact that he was saying that it was privately owned. All this is privately owned. How can it be privately owned?
Well, I mean, we were talking about that.
Yes, you're just
Yeah,
talking
it's
about
like,
that. That's why I brought
It
it
could have
up.
been done secretly,
Yeah,
but you know, public-private partnerships right are this slippery slope to
Yes.
relinquishing public property.
Yes, public private. Yes.
Well, we can't raise taxes, so to get revenue, we're going to have to sell assets. Like, no. What that?
Alamo. Alamo.
Yeah. But I mean, we joke, but
I know,
right-wingers
I know.
legitimately try to pull this off.
They do.
In Arizona, there was a push to sell part of the Capitol building complex and lease it back. You're like, what the? No! God, there's so many.
It's awful.
I just moved right from despair to like homicidal.
Yes.
It's like I don't even know how else to handle this anymore.
I wish they had
The problem feels too big. Yeah, you know.
Well, I should probably go home because I have to come back down to Denver.
Yeah.
So I got 4 chickens.
Maybe Thursday stuff.
Yeah, there's Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday.
Okay. I just met. They also have a Tara,
Tara.
right? Yeah. I met her at on Sunday. At
Bye.
Headwaters. She came over.
Hey, he says bye.
Yeah.
He says bye.
Bye. Bye.
Say here,
Here.
face maker.
Bye, Face Bangler. That's so cute.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye. Okay. Good luck to you.
I guess some.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
I'm saying bye.
I always say goodbye.
Filming in black bucket journals is like not a great idea. Good way to get your camera knots. Good way to get your camera knots out of your Eventually it just became Sears. Oh, like 50s.
Yeah, it looks fun. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That those things like this.
That's a good point. Alright, cool. Yeah, good to see you.
Take care, Doug.
Take care, John. Okay, I'm gonna. Guys, I'm gonna get going because I gotta get. Not much going on here. It wasn't anything I got here. Just trying to get these folks packed up, and Joe and Lily are gonna help out. Lily, the new volunteer coordinator for D-Hope. She seems really nice. She's got some good ideas, so lots of good people out there. She's gonna try to find some more good people. I gotta be back down in Denver today, so I will see you later at Cats Not Cops, 20th and Logan and Benedict Fountain Park at 4 p.m. See you there.